The story begins by introducing us to a fascinating character named Kotoko Iwanaga, or Koto for short, as she sits outside on a hospital bench. Suddenly, she spots a boy named Kuro, who is our main protagonist. Koto excitedly runs over to greet him, but Kuro seems confused as he doesn't remember who she is. Koto is taken aback and tells Kuro how could he forget the girl who saved his life. She recounts a story from 2 years ago, when Kuro was walking through the hospital corridors and was accidentally pushed by some passing children. Just as he was about to fall, Koto appeared out of nowhere and grabbed him, saving his life. Despite Kuro's protests that he can't remember ever being in danger, Koto insists that he did in fact owe her his life. She reminds him that he and his girlfriend Saki had even thanked her that day, and Kuro had promised to always remember her. At that moment, Koto fell in love with Kuro. But there's something strange about Kuro that only Koto can see. She describes him as having 2 demon horns and a goat-like appearance, even though to everyone else he looks like a normal boy. We return to the present, and Kuro apologizes to Koto for not remembering her initially. He explains that he's not great at remembering faces, especially since Koto is wearing a new hat. Koto then sits down beside him and reintroduces herself, making sure Kuro will never forget her again. Koto then suggests that they start dating, knowing that Kuro recently ended his relationship with his ex-girlfriend, Saki. However, she asks Kuro why they broke up, and he reveals that one night, while they were walking by the river, a monster appeared. Kuro ran away, leaving Saki behind, and that's the reason they broke up. Koto tells Kuro that his story is a lie and explains what really happened. The monster was actually afraid of Kuro, and Saki saw how frightened the monster was of him, which made her question who he really was. Koto goes on to explain that all monsters know Kuro's true identity and find him terrifying. Kuro is intrigued and asks Koto who she really is. Koto reveals that she's the goddess of wisdom for all mythical creatures, monsters, and spirits known as yokai. Kuro is skeptical, but Koto convinces him to find the newspapers from 6 years ago, which tell the story of a girl who went missing but was later found without an eye and a leg. Koto then leaves and gets on a bus to go home. As she takes a seat, a spirit creature appears before her, seeking her help to fight a demon monster lurking in the library. Koto brushes it off, saying she's following Kuro, but the creature insists that the monster poses a great danger. Koto promises to deal with it the next day. The next day, we see Kuro reading a newspaper article about Koto's recent troubles. She asks him if the evidence is enough to prove she's a goddess of wisdom. Kuro is skeptical and demands more proof, but just then, a human transforms into a fox before their very eyes and delivers urgent news: the monster has broken into the library. The fox is terrified of Kuro, who it senses is not a mere mortal. After witnessing the transformation, Kuro finally believes Koto's story, and they both hurry to the library. At the library, Koto tries to communicate with the monster, but it ignores her commands and attacks her. Kuro is unable to control it, so they flee. After running for a while, Kuro bravely stands in front of the monster, which promptly devours his arm. Koto is horrified, but Kuro miraculously regenerates his body, revealing that he is immortal. The monster perishes after devouring Kuro's flesh. Koto is shocked and demands to know who Kuro really is. He suggests she seek answers from her mythical creatures. He then confesses that he ate 2 kinds of demon meat when he was younger. And with that, we conclude this episode.